What's going on, Guardians? It's been a few days since I've uploaded, and today we're going to be talking about a somewhat controversial subject and kind of my thoughts about the new season/battle pass being added to Destiny 2 Shadowkeep, and it sounds like this is going to be the new model for future seasons, at least in terms of year 3 of Destiny 2. If you don't know what I'm talking about, recently Luke Smith added a 4th section to his director's cut explaining how the following seasons of Destiny 2 will work out and kind of the loot grind to it. And part of the pass, part of this loot pool and stuff and how we're going to earn items includes both a free battle pass as well as a premium version of the battle pass. If you don't know what a battle pass is, it's essentially usually it's about 100 tiers, and each tier you unlock, you get some sort of reward. So on this page, on the image shown on screen now, you can see that this is tier 21 through 30, and the free version, which I assume the free version's at the top because there's less rewards there, includes some of these orange boxes that we've seen in Banshee's inventory that we don't know what those are exactly. Some bright engrams. These are probably the year 2 bright engrams that have been announced for the bright engrams for the fall next season. An armor piece, which I think this armor piece can be earned from the endgame activity, similar to a Forge, Reckoning, or the Menagerie, as well as there's a gun here. And then on the bottom of the battle pass, you can see there's a little bit of extra stuff. So there's some more shards, some checkmark things that I don't exactly know what those are, glimmer, bright dust, things like that. So the premium players essentially get more rewards. They get both the free and the free loot and extra loot that they paid for. But today I kind of want to talk about how the current battle pass and the current information we have on the battle pass doesn't suggest a pay-to-win system, however can snowball and slippery slope its way into a pay-to-win system, especially when it comes to weapons disappearing after the ends of seasons and exotics possibly disappearing at the ends of seasons. So let's get into it. That was kind of a long intro, but it's very important that we get this information out there, and it's very important that we talk about this in the sense that Destiny 2 is entering a free-to-play mode, needs a reason for free-to-play players to play the game consistently, but can't dive into that pay-to-win garbage that you find on like a lot of mobile games. So let's start it off. So in the upcoming season Shadowkeep, we have learned that basically there's an unlimited cap to your power, and the way you're going to earn this power is basically you can grind up to light level 960 by just playing the game and earning powerful drops. Powerful drops have gone through some changes. You'll get prime engrams later, so they'll be more rewarding. Certain pinnacle activities will get you from 950 to 960. So after 960, you gain bonus power levels. However, you're gaining those bonus power levels throughout the entire level grind. So through the artifact system, you earn XP to unlock mods and unlock levels for your artifact, and those levels give you power levels in return. So the image on screen here, you can see in the bottom right, this artifact is giving the player plus 14 in power level, which is pretty solid. And that can grow infinitely. So you can grow up to an infinite amount of power that you want, and then at the end of the season, that artifact will disappear in kind of a culminating ending that we talked about in a previous video in the Director's Cut Part 3. And it kind of culminates in this final ending. The artifact goes away and is replaced with a new artifact and new XP, new mods to grind, things like that for the following season. So getting back to the season pass, you're going to use the same XP from doing activities, from getting bounties completed and stuff that unlocks the artifact. That same XP is going to go towards your season pass tiers. And instead of other battle passes where there are challenges or certain things you have to do in game that kind of forces you to play a certain way, Bungie is not going down that route, and instead they're saying play the way you want to play. You'll earn XP through strikes, Crucible, raids, bounties. You'll earn all that XP, and that XP will go towards leveling your battle pass. So let's get into the items now you can earn from that battle pass. So as you saw from the picture, most of the loot and stuff includes, engrams, materials, legendary shards, a little bit of bright dust, but there are some weapons and armors. So this season pass seems to connect directly to each new season, and it sounds like if you purchase the season, you get the season pass, the premium version of the season pass, and that would include both the premium version of the season pass, the free loot in the season pass, as well as the kind of endgame activity similar, again, to the Menagerie or Reckoning. It seems like you get all of that for when you get a new season. Included in this new season for Season of the Undying, the one coming with Shadowkeep, there's a new seasonal activity called the Vex Offensive. There's going to be 4 new legendary weapons, additional weekly and daily bounties, and additional weekly challenges with powerful rewards. There's going to be a new quest exotic bow called the Leviathan's Breath, and this is exclusive to Season Pass owners. So that means if you're a free-to-play player coming in with New Light, you won't have access to this bow unless you purchase the Season of the Undying, which should be around, it's confusing currently, however, normally seasons are about $10 or $15 or so, but Shadowkeep itself is $35, so that's very confusing. A lot of the purchasing currently has confused me, and I'm wondering if it confuses other people as well, because you can buy Shadowkeep for $35, but then future seasons will only be $10 or $15. So what are you getting with that additional $20 to $25 that you're spending on Shadowkeep specifically? Alright, back to the Season Pass. Again, we are getting a new exotic hand cannon called the Arena's Vow. And on the free version, the ones for New Light players who don't want to purchase Shadowkeep or don't want to purchase Season of the Undying, this will be awarded at level 35. And for Premium Pass owners, the people who purchase Shadowkeep, this will be unlocked at rank 1. This is kind of disappointing because I like earning my exotics through RNG or through quests. However, maybe there is a quest to go with this exotic hand cannon. Or, again, this is a way for Bungie to guarantee players loot versus the RNG-based system that they want to move part of the game away from. However, they don't want to move the entire game away from that. There's going to be 3 legendary armor sets, 1 for each character. If you have the free version, you will start unlocking these at rank 25. And if you have the purchased premium version, you'll get all the sets at rank 1. These will probably be Armor 2.0 sets, so if you own Shadowkeep and you didn't finish your Moments of Triumph gear, don't worry, you will earn these legendary Armor 2.0 armor sets right at the beginning. About these armor sets, they apparently are going to have low tier stat rolls, and they're not going to be very good. They're not going to be the best gear you can get in the game, and you can do the Vex Offensive endgame activity, and you can earn higher stat tiers of the exact same armor set. So it seems that the armor set in the free season pass is going to look the same as the endgame activity armor. However, when you play the endgame activity, you'll earn armor with better stat rolls than what you can get in the season pass. Right here, Bungie's talking about some additional premium track rewards. There's going to be 3 ornaments, 3 universal ornament armor sets, 1 for each class. So again, there's going to be some kind of Eververse ornament or something like that you can put on all your armor. 2 legendary weapon ornaments, an exotic weapon ornament for Arena's Vow, the hand cannon, a new finisher, which is a new kind of RPG way to run up to an enemy and kill them when their health is really low in PvE. It doesn't work in PvP. an exotic emote, cool, and an exotic ship. So all of that is earnable in the season pass. Some of it is locked behind premium, and some of it is is accessible for free-to-play players. Overall, personally, I don't think this is pay to win, but let's get into how this can become pay to win. So my first big concern is how this can snowball into a pay to win system. Currently, when you purchase Shadowkeep for the $35, the $30, or whatever it is, you get Season of the Undying endgame activities like the Raid, the Vex Invasion, and things like that, and you get the Premium Battle Pass. If future seasons force you to purchase the Battle Pass separate from the seasonal content and season activity, then that to me enters a form of pay to win, where players have to pay an extra amount to get access to specific exotics like the Leviathan bow and things like that. So that's one of my main concerns, is going forward, the purchasing, when you buy a season and you buy access to the endgame content in the season, you have to get the Premium Battle Pass to go with it. My other main concern for Battle Pass systems like this is in other Battle Pass systems, when it comes out on launch, when a Battle Pass launches at the beginning of the season, people can purchase tiers to move faster up the tier grind and not have to do specific activities or things like that. And Bungie has already said they won't do this, but in future seasons, if this becomes a problem where they're not earning enough off of the Battle Pass tiers and they start selling tiers at the beginning of the season, then people can pay for access to more loot faster than other people can. And in my opinion, that also enters into a pay-to-win type system. So currently, in my opinion, we're not in a pay-to-win system yet, but there are some major concerns that can snowball this in. One of my other concerns is when a season ends, Bungie has confirmed that there will be times where the legendary loot and things like that are earnable in season passes, and possibly the exotics from that season pass won't move into a loot pool for what Luke Smith said could be up to 6 months. So if we get an exotic or a legendary that's really overpowered for one season, and it doesn't get a sandbox nerf for whatever reason, as we've seen, Recluse has been sitting around since Season of the Drifter, and that hasn't gotten a nerf, for example. If these weapons don't get nerfed at the end of the season, then a new player, a new light player, a person who didn't participate in the final season may not have access to those legendaries or exotics for upwards of up to 6 months. And that to me also enters kind of a form of pay to win or pay to have access to things that other players won't have. And that doesn't seem fair to me. It seems like for exotics especially, you have to move those things into like an RNG loop pool at the end of every season just to make it fair for new players coming in to have access to those guns that could possibly become overpowered. Alrighty, I want to wrap this video up in kind of a positive light as well as in a much shorter way. I recorded most of what you listened to really late last night, and I was definitely rambling and things were coming out very smoothly, so I apologize. I do want to say that I think Bungie's doing a really good job of trying to avoid a season pass that does lead to pay to win. For example, with the whole purchasing of tiers, they're limiting us to the last 2 to 4 weeks to be able to purchase those tiers, which makes it act as a catch-up mechanic versus a kind of getting ahead mechanic. So I think that's really good. I also think the fact that you're going to bring these legendaries and exotics back at some point is a smart idea. However, I just wish it wasn't up to 6 months, because I feel that you can fall into a system where a gun is really overpowered and will currently be unearnable at the time. I'm also concerned for the season pass and for the health of Destiny. Part of Destiny is grinding for RNG loot and hoping you get a reward. I understand wanting to give players guaranteed access to stuff, but I also don't want a system where, for example, what if we had a season pass this season and Austringer was one of the weapons in the season pass, and it rolled with, like, the one in the season pass rolled full bore, rangefinder, Eye of the Storm, accurized rounds, range masterwork. I don't want a system where the guns are going to be rolled with, like, god tier, like a god roll. I don't want a god roll in my battle pass. I want to grind for my god rolls. We already know the armor is going to be low stat tiers versus the armor you can earn in the Vex invasion, and hopefully for future endgame content it acts the same way. But I am concerned about the weapons. Because either the weapons are going to roll with trash perks and be completely useless, which would suck for free-to-play players, or B, they have a god roll, and then the players like me, or the players who like to grind RNG loot, don't have a way to do that, or don't want to do that anymore, because the weapon we got from the battle pass is already rolled well enough, or is a god roll. So those are some of my concerns. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of mess of a video. I don't know why you would, but we did talk about pay to win. I don't think we're at pay to win. I'm worried though, and hopefully Bungie will never put a weapon in a bright engram. I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.